vitally important that you write one of these properly. And it's exceptionally easy to write one of these properly. 4-step process. So, what 4 pieces do we need for a claim? We did discuss them yesterday. Haven.
Author, title, narrative perspective, and effect.
Well, we need the device. It could be narrative perspective. And we need the effect. Becomes a little bit trickier with this essay because we have 2 pieces of literature. But we're still using this basic formula to write our sentence. So what we're going to do is use it as a formula, like a mathematical formula, just sort of filling in the blanks, fill in the variables. And then we'll write the sentence from it.
Would you address both stories in one sentence?
Yes, I will address both stories in one sentence, Todd, and I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. Amma? Yes. Just hold on, Amma. I'll show you how it works, and you'll see that it should not be all that repetitive. Okay? Let's see. Let's work with C. C? Okay. Jeremy, what was your idea for C?
No, I was pointing at them.
Oh, I'm sorry. Phil, what was your idea for C? Give me the stories. Powder. 2 kinds. Fill in their narrative perspectives.
Powder is very limited.
2 kinds. We know the authors. Is Wolf with 2 Fs? Yeah. Phil, what's the similarity of effect?
They both create bias and
It's a lot of information, isn't it? Wolf. Folks, I'm waiting for the chatter to die down. It's a lot of information. And I'm asking you to squeeze it into one sentence. One sentence that is clear. That's going to be pretty tough. So let's condense what we can condense. We can't condense the titles. You can't join those into one title. Might be able to condense these. What are both of these? We might be able to use that. What are both of these? We don't need to condense this. In fact, if we condense it, we're going to lose some of the power of our thought. Jeremy, you have a question? Are you? Awesome. Hold on one second here. Where's the keyboard? Oh, of course. Right in front of me. Pass back to Jeremy, please. Haven? That might be an idea that'll come out in the development, but doesn't necessarily need to be in the claim.
Okay.
We'll see. That's a really good start. Wolf and Tan create bias against the parents using two different kinds of perspectives. Give me a Control D, please, Jeremy. We're going to keep his. Let's see how we might want to change it, though. What are we missing? Titles. Okay, so Jeremy, let's do some revision. I want you to type in powder and two kinds. Quotation or comma rule. Where's it go? Inside. Very good. Space. Authors, plural. Authors Wolf and Tan. Give me another F on Wolf. Good. Let's take out the in front of parents. One more, delete. Good. There's one last problem. It's almost perfect. What's the problem? Yeah, but that would be okay. If I lose the word narrative, it's fine, because I'm talking about literature and I'm talking about perspective. I'm implying narrative perspective because we're talking about short stories. Oh, it is a little bit redundant. Two different kinds of narrative kinds of perspectives. He could just say two different perspectives. But what are we looking for? We're not looking for that difference, right? If I say different, doesn't that add a new idea that I must develop in some way? If I say two things are different and I don't tell you how, there's some sort of complexity in that sentence that I don't think Jeremy wants. So here's how I'm going to change it. In Powder and Two Kinds, authors Wolf and Tan create bias against parents using limited perspectives. Take out the two different kinds of. Hold on. Limited. Good. Is third person limited a limited perspective? Limited to whom? The protagonist. Is first person a limited perspective? Yes. Limited to whom? We want to emphasize that these are basically the same sorts of strategies, right? That both authors are limiting your information to one person. Yeah, okay, one's first person and one's third limited. Guess what? First person and third limited are really similar. The difference is not important enough to bring into my claim. So what I'll do is draw a similarity. Now I've got both stories in Powder and Two Kinds. Authors Wolf and Tan create bias against parents using limited perspectives. I've got my titles, I've got my authors, I've got my effect, and I've got my device. All four portions of the claim are satisfied. It works. Does that sentence has a lot of information in it, but does it seem confusing just as a sentence? Seems clear? It's okay? Yeah, it's a bit of a big sentence, and there are a lot of ideas in there. Guess what? It's controlling some pretty complicated ideas. But there you go. If you write this sentence properly, it's also a map of your paper. What will you probably start off with? Sorry? No, not in this sentence. I mean in your development. Sorry, Haven, I wasn't clear. In your development, what will you probably start with? Examples, Jessica, from what? Which one do you think you'd start with? Very good. Powder, because it's listed first. So I'm going to start with powder. I'm going to show that it's a limited perspective, and then I'm going to show this, right? And then I'm going to go to Two Kinds, and I'm going to show that it's a limited perspective, and then I'm going to show this. And then I'll conclude, and then I'm done. That's it. A well-written thesis statement, a well-written claim statement is actually a map of your paper, because every single one of these is a promise to the reader about what you will discuss. You should only discuss what's in that sentence. You should not deviate from it, and you should make sure to discuss it all. So when you lay this out, make sure that you're making a promise that you intend to keep on the development. This one I think Jeremy can keep pretty easily. The essay shouldn't be all that difficult to write.